Arsenal fans, rivals, whatever you are watching this video right now, Arsenal need to sign some players. We need to sign some players. And if we don't, it's going to be a very, very bad end to the Arsenal season. Let's get this video started. People, what's going on? Egal Talks Football. We're back again with another video. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope everybody's doing well on this wonderful Monday evening. Honestly, I can't even say it's wonderful because Arsenal yesterday got knocked out in the FA Cup to Manchester United, and we were talking about pressure, we were talking about privilege, we were talking about we need to improve, we're talking about we need to do better, we need to do this, we need to do that. Ladies and gentlemen, Arsenal are really the most hated fan base, but we're really not the most unbearable. Let's be honest. The way we're getting mocked online, the meltdowns happening from Arsenal fans, people talking about players that we can get, players that we can't get, just everyone just laughing at us. We need to kick on. We need to kick on. We need to forget about it. We need to try to forget about all the bullshit and see where we can go from here. Now, this video, I'm going to talk about what is actually being spoken about at this moment in time. If there's any news outside of that, we're gonna see who we could actually try to get. Now, before we go any further, please do hit that like button. Please do hit that subscribe button. And yeah, let's just quickly talk about Arsenal's injury problems. So, first things first, Gabriel Jesus is injured. He sustained a knee injury in the FA Cup match versus Manchester United. Rumor has it that Gabriel Jesus was stretchered off in the clash due to a knee injury. The collapse of his knee and the tibial bone means which it's usually an ACL injury, and this could be a meniscus tear. He could be out for potentially 9 months, so he could be out for the rest of the year plus parts of next season. This could be the end of Gabriel Jesus in an Arsenal kit. Genuinely, it hurts to hear, but it's the honest truth. Gabriel Jesus will undergo scans, but this will be a lengthy injury. And yeah, it was just when he was starting to catch form, he was starting to play better. He was starting to look like what we needed in the short term to see us through this Bukayo Saka injury. But yeah, with him out, boy, it is we're down to the bare bones when it comes to our attack. Our front three versus Tottenham most likely is now going to have to be Raheem Sterling, Martinelli, and Havertz, or Trossard, Havertz, and Martinelli. That's who we have. We only have 4 senior attacking players at this moment in time, with Bukayo Saka injured, Ethan Nwaneri injured, and now Gabriel Jesus injured. That is 3 players we played in that position, all injured, and unfortunately Gabriel Jesus is out. But let me just show you guys what we're looking at. This is what we're looking at here. We got 3 players. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 players. But really and truly, Sterling, although he was somewhat effective in the previous game, we're only playing him because we have to. Really and truly, I only trust Kai. I don't trust any of them right now. I don't trust any of these 4 attackers. And this is why Arsenal need to go make some signings. This is another reason why Arsenal need to go do something. Now, watershed moment, if we would have spent the 45 million that we were looking to spend on a striker like Sesko in the summer instead of buying Mikel Moreno, maybe we'd be in a better position right now. If we would have done something different rather than what we did do, maybe we'd be in a better position right now. But we can't just go back and looking at the summer and saying what ifs. We need to move on. We need to move on. We need to kick on. And as Arsenal fans, what belief do you guys have? What belief do you guys still have? Because there's some people who still believe. You got people like Camden saying people who think I'm mad after being particularly dumped out of 2 cups, but I think there is this season isn't Prime City we're going up against. We just need to get our act together and that includes us signing a forward in the next 2 weeks. So, do you believe if Arsenal sign a forward in the next 2 weeks, that we can salvage our season and continue to kick on, and maybe maybe win the Premier League, maybe even do something crazy in the Champions League? Let me know. Do you guys think that's even remotely possible? Because in order for us to do that, we would need to go and drop crazy money on a player right now. And the player that everyone's saying we should drop the money on is Alexander Isak. Now, you got Pierce Morgan coming out and saying stuff like Arsenal should just drop 100. You got Pierce Morgan coming out and saying Arsenal should just drop, what do you call it, 100, 120, 140, 150. Don't care on Alexander Isak. He solves majority of our problems. Break the fucking bank. But Arsenal are saying they don't have that money. Arsenal are saying they don't have the money to do that. Arsenal are saying they're not capable of doing something like that right now. It is very unfortunate, but that is what's being said. Now, I'll give you guys a quick update on injuries and everything that's going on at Arsenal. We've already spoken about Gabriel Jesus. There's also Jorginho who left the pitch. It was just precaution. He had some issues with his calf. Calafiori, uncertain when his situation will be fixed, and Timber, he'll be fine. Timber will be fine. Big up to the guys Ashburton Army. They're going to be doing a march ahead of the North London Derby. Shout out to them. Kai Havertz, whatever, the stuff that people said about Kai Havertz's family after the game. Where is it? Some fake Arsenal fans posted some crazy shit about Kai Havertz's family after the game. You guys are disgusting. You guys aren't fans. You guys are not fans. You guys are fake fans. Whoever goes out and messages Kai Havertz's wife to have like a miscarriage, that's crazy. That's crazy. Nobody needs to say shit like that. You guys are not human. But yeah, Arsenal over the last 2 games, it's not. We clearly can see what the issue is. It's not creativity. It's just finishing. Our finishing is terrible. And what solves this? Going and getting a striker, going and getting a bagsman, going and getting somebody who in the final third can make a difference. That's what we need. Are we going to do it? We have to. We have to. Arteta in his press conference talking about trying to protect the players, saying how he's proud of the players. He's clearly protecting the players. Talking about if we can sign a striker. Arteta saying that I understand, guys, but I cannot love our players anymore. The rest is not in my hands. He's clearly telling everybody that it's not his decision to not sign a player in January. He's literally wants a signing, obviously. It's just the club have not done it yet. So Arteta putting pressure on the board, basically making it public. Arteta wants a forward. He's not going all out publicly for numerous reasons, but Nico Williams, his wages demands are too high, and the club have a growing interest in Victor Gyokeres and Benjamin Sesko. That is what Miguel Delaney is saying. Miguel Delaney is spot on. Arteta does not want to go out there and call out the Cronkies, but he is saying, putting pressure on the club to get stuff done. But in the meanwhile, we have interest in these players, but can we actually get it over the line? Can we get a Benjamin Sesko in? Can we get a Victor Gyokeres in? Personally, I don't see why not. If the money's there, we can definitely do it. But are we willing to spend the money? Are we willing to go over the line to get that money in? We'll have to wait and see. Now, discussing the good, bad decisions and what happened versus Manchester United, you can see here that people are kind of writing Arsenal off, and I think that's very silly. Find a rush to declare Arsenal frauds and write them off is a bit ridiculous. He resorts to he restored them from a basket case to a serious outfit, and issues are in the final movement. Make up the gap. There have been errors, but going into below, they're close. Yeah, so I do really think the breakdown that Miguel Delaney here says is quite fair. People calling Arteta and Arsenal frauds and writing us off is ridiculous. We are still a really good team, and we are still, third in the Champions League right now, second in the league. Yes, without Bukayo Saka, we are struggling to get that final third and that final ball. But over the last 2 games, you can clearly see from the amount of chances that we created over the last 2 games, we are not that bad of a team. We are not that bad of a team. We can definitely we're missing that final ball. And I think if we do get that final ball, we will be a better squad for for the next couple weeks. But right now, it is tough. It is tough to watch. It is tough to see. And as for players that we can get, you guys already seen it. Victor Gyokeres. We already spoke about Benjamin Sesko. People saying let's go for what's his name. Other players that are available. Kingsley Coleman is linked to us at this moment in time. That's another player who we've been linked to. I don't know if Kingsley Coleman is actually going to happen, but he is a player who we've wanted in the past and we could go back in for. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with Kingsley Coleman. Is there other players that we're linked to? We were linked to Kvaratskhelia, but that's not going to happen. Marcus Rashford's not going to happen. It looks like this is a situation where Brighton's Evan Ferguson could be considered on loan, and he could go on loan to either to Manchester United or West Ham, but Arsenal should also consider that as a possibility. Also, Liverpool are looking at Semedo. I think I would take Semedo at this moment in time. I think he's a massive upgrade on what we currently have, and Semenyo would definitely be an improvement on our left wing at this moment in time. No debate about that. Any other players that we're looking at? Omar Marmoush, we were linked to, but Man City seem to have been finalizing that deal, and that deal is pretty much closely completed. So Man City are going to be getting their winger signing there. Outside of that, I'm just trying to see if there's anybody else that we're linked to that potentially could be joining Arsenal. Oh, bro, that's really it. Barcelona also wants Alexander Isak from Newcastle, but will be unable to make it due to financial situations not allowing them. So Barcelona also want Alexander Isak. Cunha, that is pretty much done. Manchester United, Arsenal both expect interest, but he's expected to sign a new contract and stay at Wolves. So that's what's going on there. John Duran is potentially available for a reasonable fee in this upcoming window, but PSG have inquired and Aston Villa to sell this month, but it doesn't look like Aston Villa want to sell John Duran. What else is there? I'm just looking. What else is there? We already spoke about Rashford. What else is there? Zinchenko potentially could be leaving the club to go to Inter. That is a possibility. So we'll see if he ends up going to Inter or Fenerbahce. Either way, he is being linked to those two clubs at this moment in time. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. There's not too much more going on. It is unfortunate that Jesus got injured. We need to still back the team versus Tottenham. But right now, the board need to back the manager and the fans by going out there and doing what needs to be done to continue to push on for this season, or else it's neglect and they don't take this season serious. We don't act like a big club. And I'm just really disheartened by everything going on at Arsenal, man. Sorry to hear it. But the hard truth is they don't seem to really care that we're so close, but yet so far. Have a good day, guys. Love.